Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to WSB Stony Brook. I'm now joined by the band Hold Fast Hope. How about you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about the band?
Hey, what's up? Dan here.
And DJ.
I guess a little bit about the band. We're from this neck of the woods. We rehearse out in Smithtown. Not
pretty
too
close.
Yeah, not too far away.
Except me.
Well, yeah.
I'm from Boulder Harbor, so it's kind of like
a little
up
far.
north and east, but
He's got a little bit of a drive.
yeah, totally worth it though.
So how about you guys give a brief history of Hold Fast Hope?
Brief history of Hold Fast Hope. Well, Dan and I have been friends and fellow musicians in same projects for a little while now. The last band, if any of you guys remember that out there, Rebels Fighting Robots, kind of disbanded. Dan and I kind of decided, we decided we weren't going to stop playing, so we continued. And through Dan, basically, we met everybody else.
Yeah, well, I knew Dan Smith, our drummer, from some old projects. I met him through another local group, Lost in a Drift. My dude Don introduced us, so actually we were playing in his band together for a while. And they played in my solo project for a while, and Nick, our bass player, we found on the internet.
Kind of just dropped in our laps, and we never let him go ever since.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys been writing material for the past 2 years. In that period, did you guys just spend writing music, or was it? Wow, what was that time frame like for you guys?
2 years.
Well, we started recording the record that, the song that we just heard, Fade, is from our upcoming record, Traitors. We went in to record that, I think it was October 2016. It was right after we had played, we did a little gig at Citi Field, which was pretty fun. They let us basically show up in the front of the stadium in the main rotunda and just play for a couple hours right before a game, which was pretty dope.
It's nice to see your face on every single screen inside the stadium. So
How did that come about?
They actually cold called us. I got a random email, which I swear I thought was a scam. They're like, they asked, like, hey, you guys want to, come play Citi Field? I'm like, okay, guy.
So what's the catch, dude? What's the
in the off chance this is real, I will respond to him. Because, he's got a pretty official looking email, so I don't know. And, it ended up happening. So it was pretty wild.
Before that, we do have one video out. It's for our first single ever, Fortune Favors. You can get that on YouTube and on SoundCloud, Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere.
Yeah.
So with this new material, what I kind of realized what you guys did was just keep it by itself. So are you guys trying to restart the project, kind of give it a new kind of branding?
Yeah,
we pretty much scrapped everything from before. New bandmates, new brothers or sisters means new dynamics, new music, and it would be the most horrible thing to stifle the music in any which way or form. So, pretty much, Fortune Favors was the first song we ever wrote, and everything after that is still brand new. It's all of us. So.
Yeah, it just kind of keeps growing. We've been definitely writing a lot of stuff since we've got this coming out. Traitors is going to come out on the 30th, full digital release. We have physical copies.
iTunes and Spotify.
Yeah, you can pre-order it on iTunes for now. But after that, we're looking at doing dropping possibly up to 2 more EPs this year. So we'll be
a lot of work in the studio.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff sitting. So
I think if we don't get this music out before our drummer explodes, we might end up losing him. So he needs it out, and I agree with him. We need it out. So,
No, exactly.
So talking about the new EP, how was the release show that you guys played a couple of days ago?
So
that was really great. Unfortunately we had a bit of weather that day, but thankfully nothing that really stopped anybody, from coming out still and hanging out with us. Great
live wire. Fun fact.
Yeah, no, that's a show that almost didn't happen because, you know, we're all loaded into the venue. First band is on, I don't know, it was probably like, I guess, 7:30.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be on 10:45, and we get a text from DJ saying, "Hey guys, ... slight problem." Basically, with the storm and all the weather, a live wire fell right outside his house, and he couldn't leave the show.
Legitimately on my lawn,
before the show,
still sparking. They had to send the electrical company to babysit.
Yeah, they
the
block
wire.
off the whole road.
Yeah. So
yeah, we almost didn't make it to our own release show.
Well, you know, it happens. With persistence, it happens.
Yeah, exactly. Then we had 2 more awesome release shows in Pennsylvania and Connecticut after that. So
yeah, shout out to Phoenixville.
Yeah, our dudes in Phoenixville doing Puma, even though they can't hear this.
So, what music have you guys been jamming out to lately?
Ooh, like what we're listening to,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. You want me to list it?
I mean, sure, go for it.
Dude,
Can you start?
Manchester Orchestra.
Yeah.
Pianos Become the Teeth.
Oh, very
awesome guys.
The new record is just so phenomenal.
Citizen.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm forgetting people.
Definitely a lot of people.
Foxing.
Yeah.
Circus Survive.
Oh.
Definitely a lot of Moving Mountains still since we saw them in December.
Yes.
That was ridiculous. I'm so glad we got to see them.
A lot of Earthside, a lot of Deftones on my part as well. I mean, you know, we're kind of scattered. We're like all over the spectrum, so.
Yeah.
So, if you guys had to do a cross-country tour with 2 other Long Island local bands, who would it be?
Oh, man. He's going to put us on the spot like that?
Yeah. That's really rough.
We're going to hurt somebody.
I know. Somebody's going to be offended by this one.
Somebody's going to hate us. Well, definitely Crash. Let's keep it.
We'll take Crash and Calm. Definitely our label homies.
Just the whole label with...
yeah, I know. I was going to say, we could just take the whole label at this point.
With Downport Records story.
We already love all those dudes, and their music is great. I mean, Bare Success, Crash to Calm, great bands. So
yeah. That would be like the little redhead stepchild in that group. Be like, yeah, we're just going to go play our prog rock over here and shred face. You guys keep playing your sad boy songs.
So, if this is more a question towards Dan, how do you kind of balance running this label and kind of balancing band life and keeping everything in order?
I guess it's just a matter of like trying to. I mean, I've been trying to really get on myself about like time management and just like making sure like okay, I'm allocating this amount of time, to this band, this much to this band on this day, like, and it's, it's really hard to want to play favorites, but I can't. I have to be, practical in terms of like getting things done for different people in different scenarios. So.
On the edge. As Steven Tyler would say. Yeah, he's living on the edge, basically.
Danger zone.
So, I just wanted to see your opinion of this. Why do you guys think the scene has been booming recently on Long Island?
All right, that's a trick question because there are pockets of places on the island where the scene is like alive and well. It's alive.
Yeah.
But
some areas not so much.
Some areas are very dry. I feel like not to sound like that guy, but I feel like a lot of mainstream radio has kind of taken its toll on a lot of ears. I personally haven't listened to the radio in like over 10 years. The only time I'm listening to the radio is if I'm in my girlfriend's car, and then I'm quickly switching my iPhone in. So, again, the scene is alive. It's just where the pockets, are.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like...
We haven't given up, obviously, on the scene here, so... It's
definitely changed, I think, a lot over the last, 5 to almost, 5 to 10 years that I've been, I guess, playing around, here, I feel like there used to be, so much more attention for local bands. Now there's so many more people in the market, you know what I mean? There were always, those few that stand out. And it's kind of just shifting as the music scene, shifts, overall in general in terms of big emo revival, kind of going on. Everybody's trying to get that sound again.
Yeah.
You
Music
know.
is circles. Everything's cyclic. You can hear stuff from like the '60s today on the radio, and you know, the younger generation doesn't know that. But you know, and I mean, I'm not from the '60s, obviously, but you know, my parents grew me up on like the Beatles and like Fleetwood Mac and like the Rolling Stones. So
Do you remember like a couple of years ago with people not knowing who Paul McCartney was?
Oh my god, yeah. With
Is that
was it when he did that thing with Kanye?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, oh, this guy's gonna be big.
This guy's gonna blow
So
up.
this guy is gonna get huge after
He's
this.
gonna blow up.
Thank you, Kanye.
So let's talk a bit about your latest EP, Traitors. So what was the writing process like for this release?
You know, so long ago, I hardly remember.
As a band, and I'm sure a lot of musicians out there can understand that, as a band, we pretty much come together in a practice space, and one of us plays something.
And it just comes together.
It just comes together. And honestly, as well, like writing the lyrics, I like to sing melody with the music first, and then actually listen to the tone of the song, and really try to figure out what the real feeling behind it is to create a story. And that's how we write. I mean, it hasn't failed us yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, Traitors Part 1, that track was, that was a Dan riff. Our drummer Dan wrote that riff, and we kind of went off that.
Yeah, that was...
For both Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Fade, I don't really remember the writing of that. I just remember I laid down a couch from practice and came out, and then it was done.
Like, okay.
You know, I took a nap, woke up, and the song was done.
Do not have a couch in the practice.
Yeah, no, we got rid of that. Well, no, we got a new one. But and then, was it Ripple?
Ripple was very
that's
influenced by Moving Mountains.
Yeah, I was going to say Moving Mountains, and that was actually right around the time that,
You got me into them.
I got you into them and Gates.
And
too.
Gates, another great band.
So I was around them at Voodoo for a bit, and I showed you them.
Yeah.
It was like, we want to write a song like that.
So how did you guys get through maybe some writer's block while writing new material?
I mean, new material.
We don't
Not much writer's block?
We don't really have writer's block. I feel like we have the problem on the other end of the spectrum where, like, we write a bunch of stuff and...
Just too much.
It's too much stuff.
You gotta
we
cut
kinda have
down.
to wean out the weak ones. As messed up as that is.
I mean, it's really...
You're weak. Get out. We're not playing you ever again.
This song has been voted off the island.
Was there any funny stories in the studio while making this EP?
No, funny stories. I don't even remember half of them, which is,
no.
I mean, you know.
Just him sleeping on the couch
Yeah,
in the
pretty
song.
much. Yeah.
I definitely took a nap in the vocal booth at one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I definitely did that.
how do you guys want to go about branding off this release?
Can you elaborate, sir? What does that mean? Really?
Like, how do you want to like make your merch? How do you want people to like know you by? Whether it's like a logo or just.
Well, this is really funny you say that because we actually started shifting our logo over.
Yeah, it's still we've kind of always had like a aquatic theme, I guess. Nautical. That's a better word for that.
Not underwater.
But you know, yeah, especially with like our newest artwork, like I'm sure you've seen the you know, it's basically a dude fighting the waves.
Well put. Dan.
I'm really articulate today, as you can see. But no,
it was
you go.
everything on this record, especially when writing the lyrics. Everything is water themed. Ripple, fade, Traitors Part 1 and 2. You'll get that symbolism in there. So it only made sense when we had our friend Lewis paint this canvas for us that it would encompass that with those ideas.
So you guys are going to be playing 2 acoustic songs for us. How about you tell us a bit about those songs? And
Well, one of them is the first track on the record, Ripple. And since none of the other songs are very applicable to an acoustic setting, we've got a new one that we started playing live recently called Red and Blue.
Red and Blue. Ripple is about... It's about losing touch with your loved one, significant other, whomever. It's about drifting down kind of like the river of life and kind of looking back at things as you pass by, and kind of acknowledging that space of time that sometimes we get caught up in everything that's around us, but we get caught up too fast. We don't pay attention to the small things that really do matter. It's basically to not betray your love.
There you have it.
Sorry, that's real deep.
Yeah,
I know.
There you have it.
There's your emo scene right there.
Okay, sad.
And then Red and Blue is a recent song. I was actually on the fence with actually writing the lyrics, but you know, in light of a lot of the issues that it's been happening these days with, you know, controversial topics like police officers and Black Lives Matter movement, and you know, Red and Blue is really a song about understanding that, as cliche as it is, we're all the same. And you know, some of us may live in different circumstances, some of us may endure different things based on, you know, gender or, you know, color, whatever it is, but at the end of the day we all are this human beings, you know. And that's Red and Blue, as you can tell. Red and Blue.
All right, everyone, stay tuned while we set up real quick.